I just wanted to thank Cam and Ron for bringing me into this program and making me the guinea pig, a willing guinea pig at that. So it's been a great experience so far. Just have a quick story. So twins, PPTPs, and peer mentoring. What do these all have in common? My wife just delivered a set of twins a few weeks ago. We were at the NICU at the Peter Lougheed Hospital, and so I just wanted to introduce myself to my son and my first diaper change. But what happened was he decided to introduce himself to me by giving me this waterfall on myself. So the nurse comes over and introduces me to this PPTP. She says, "You got to use this." I go, "What is it?" She says, "This is a cone-shaped, cloth that fits over a guy's situation, so he doesn't have, the accident." So I said, "Thank you very much." The nurse comes in, and I said, "Oh, great! 2 nurses for 1 son. What great attention." And she says, "Yes, I'd like to introduce you to my peer mentor." So music to my ears, obviously, because I'm involved in this. So we began talking, and she said that. So I asked, how you get involved, and she said that she got introduced to this to the University of Calgary, the Faculty of Nursing, and it was, kudos, to Tanya Smith and the Faculty of Nursing really to extend this to the industry. So anyway, we got talking more and more about it. So anyway, I wanted to just give you that industry connection. Some of the practical suggestions based on what Cam said that I went through. Overall, I've had 2 peer mentors over the last couple of semesters, phenomenal experiences. The couple of practical suggestions that I went through that I could share is that I really took this on as a personal mission to advocate this program. I've been involved with peer mentoring many years ago, but now it's brought to my classroom. So what I did was I got together with the peer mentor a week or so prior to my course. I got a hold of her resume. I made sure that she knew my teaching style. I wanted to find out what her expectations were, and I made sure that some of this language of peer mentoring was in my course outline. I wanted the students to know what this peer mentoring is all about, and that really helped. It was right on almost, I think, the first or second page, I'm not sure, but really helped in terms of introduction. The other thing I made sure was that the peer mentor was introduced with great credibility as soon as he or she came into the classroom. As I said, I got her resume. I built her up as much as I could just to give her that strength in the classroom and start her off on a good foot. That really helped her, and I think it really increased her self-confidence. I made sure, because the onus was on me, because one of the things I thought about this is that as much as the peer mentor, I'm watching the peer mentor, she's watching me too. I'm a mentor to her, right? So I wanted to make sure that she also had some airtime in my classroom. It makes it easier for me because I have a 3-hour class, so I can schedule 10, 20 minutes for this person. So I made sure each class somehow she had those minutes, as well as it was tied into my lecture. It had to be connected to my lecture. It couldn't be a disjointed presentation by the peer mentor. And 2 more things. One was we made sure that we gave each other feedback. It was a bi-directional relationship before the class, and we got together after the class and made sure that we shared the learnings right away, and it was instituted the next class if we had to make any adjustments. And the last thing is, and I know we're working on this, but just some hardcore metrics I think we need to work on for this program. Yes, we do evaluate the peer mentor, but in terms of outcome, longevity, sustainability, I think we should certainly develop hardcore metrics going forward. And one last story I need to share this with you was I had a student, I have a form of leadership that I teach in my classroom, and I thrive on that that participation. So there's a student for the first couple of classes who came into my class and sat sort of 2-3 rows in front of me. And if people don't raise their hand voluntarily, I tend to look at them and I do ask them. So I kept looking at this lady, and every time I put out a question, I look at her and she would kind of do this and almost like passive aggressive, she wants to answer, but every time I look at her, she kind of do this. And so I was just wondering, what was going on, right? So I thought, okay, I'll address this, in the next many classrooms. So I think the third or fourth class, she comes in, wear this colorful hat, like just stood out, right, in the whole classroom, again in front of me. And so I was talking about some example. I referred to her hat. And I didn't even ask a question, but I just used her hat as a way to talk about an example. And so we started talking about the hat. And then that particular class, she was more aggressive. Like she had her hand up, a lot of the times, and I called upon her. And then I talked to the peer mentor after class. Oh no, she came up to me and asked me, do you know why that student wore that hat? I said, no, I have no idea. She said, well, she came and talked to me and said that, she was having a hard time participating. She really loves this class. She wants to participate. And so we began to figure out how can she get your attention. So I said, okay. So we talked about her personality, and we figured out that she loves hats and she's into fashion and stuff like that. So she personalized it, wore this hat, and before you know it, we started engaging, and the whole semester went smoothly for her, and she obviously got great participation mark because she was very confident in raising her hand and speaking out and being assertive and aggressive, in that sense. So I wanted to share that quickly with you. And lastly, Tanya Smith and your group, although the Olympics are over, please keep the flame going in this program. Okay?